That's the EFC TV. This is the My Start 11 show. Not My Start 11 show, guys. This is the My All-Star Everton Start 11 Part 2. Before we get into that, welcome back to EFC TV. Welcome back to EFC TV. This is the My All-Star 11, My All-Star Everton 11, or My All-Star Everton 11 Part 2. So if you haven't watched Part 1, mission check out because it's really good, by the way. Also, make sure to subscribe to EFC TV at youtube.com. And if you also want to see more good videos like some match previews, breaking news videos, obviously my combined, obviously I think it was my start 11 versus videos, obviously my combined lunch topics, obviously other numerous great videos like that as well, obviously other great videos like that as well, and also make sure you press the notification button / bell as well. Make sure you press the notification button / bell. Also, make sure you do it as well. It massively helps. Like it really actually massively helps as well. So again, just let us know what videos and forward. Anyway, so fun. Yeah, sorry that. Forget some sense. Yeah. That's it. So sometimes I go maybe I think I'm on things. Okay. I was it now, yeah. I was well. You think I was okay? I was here. I was yeah. Sorry, I forget I'm doing sometimes. But I was like, you know what? No, it's not saying for I was saying for you know what? Again, I was saying for you know what? You know what? I would seriously, you know what? I would really, you know what? I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to EFC TV at youtube.com because again, listen, massively helps and get going and improve. But as well as that, right? It also just it generally really helps and it helps them keep going, keep trying to go and improve, make it improve the channel, make it better as you were as well as that, right? This is something that I think this is something that I absolutely love doing, something like passing well for as well as that, right? This is something that I felt like over time doing it I've got better. I think because I've actually got a little message and the team I support, the Jets. I'm going to take a picture and put it on because the one wasn't a great picture. Basically what it is I put a post on I've not done that one yet, which we plan on doing, don't know how I do it. But basically just thought just like 2 or 3 football shirts there, which just makes it more of a, I said it in the previous video, but it makes it more of a, makes it more of a full-time thing. We're not going to have say nothing football pay because whatever. Anyway, obviously, yeah. I think as well. So yeah. I'll also get into the other stuff now as well. Okay, we'll see some. Yeah, okay. I'll start. Okay, obviously we'll start with the goalkeepers who obviously who were subs and weren't played, and new ones are putting as well. Obviously, I think goalkeepers are Osman Begovic, who was actually sub. He might be starting on. Obviously, Tim Howard again. Obviously, he was what I think he was a sub. I don't think he was played. Though Tim Howard, Osman Begovic, Tim Howard, and obviously the next time obviously one of the greatest goalkeepers ever played for us, and that is now Southall again. You know what? All you need to say is always said then, because that's how much left in the year. So but yeah. This obviously, I think the goalkeepers obviously. I mean, also put the goalkeepers obviously. You know what? I'm gonna go. You know what? I want to put. I actually really want to put them Southall, but you know what? It wouldn't be fair. He's one with size. You know what? I'm gonna go with Aston Begovic. You know what? I'm going to go with Aston Begovic because again, yeah, he was again. You know what? Again, I think he wasn't Now Now, not the reason why I've gone, but the reason why I've gone back as Begovic is because one, the reason why I've gone back is just, if you know what, right, if you know what, a player that wasn't, who was in the never he played, who was again, I think again, he was a good number two. But again, he was, he was a decent good number two for us, really. But again, at the time, I think we sold him obviously for some, but yeah, again, he goes in there just pure because again, obviously, you know what, his goalkeeper was in the first and I got picked, so we're going to put him in there just to, yeah, just put him in there, quite just, but yeah, we're also getting to the defenders now. Hang on, what else? Penalty. Okay, our defenders are Michael Ball again. He's actually not linked to Alan Ball. Obviously the Lindstrom midfielder. No, imagine. Okay, let's imagine, but no, he's not linked to him. He says the name Ball, but he's not linked to him now. If only. Obviously Digne, Sylvan Distan, John Heitinga, Phil Jagikea, John Kenny. It's a few of the things. You think there's a few. Yeah. Okay, I think there's a few other names over here. Okay, I've been named Patterson. I can never say his player's name. I'll butcher it. Sidroll, Judgeable, Sidbe again. No, again. Yeah, I think I was again. I think obviously at the time he was a really. I think obviously at the time he was actually a decently good, like he was, I think that seems to be. I think Sidbe, he actually was like a decent, good, like right back. He was really good because he could go forward. I think if he can go forward, he's I think if it just to be Sidbe, he was actually a really good like right back going forward. He was a really good attacking right back because imagine that if he was just gone now, he'd fit perfect because we need someone like him there. Again, I think the time when we signed him, we thought he was going to be, a good solid right back, but again, we realised he was. I think defensively he wasn't brilliant, but I think defensively he wasn't awful terrible, wasn't bad, awful terrible gunner, but he was decently okay. That's good. He was not. Let's want to say good. I can't. If I'm saying we can't line set, but like if saying good, I can't line set. But what it is, I just think with Sidbe, he was. I'm going to run on the top again. Again, obviously got Ashley Williams, Ash Young, and obviously the other defenders. Obviously, I'm going get. I think obviously at left back, no one else but Luis Digne again. I'm sorry, you know what? There's no one else. Richie, no one else like Luis Digne who played for us again. There's Richie, of left back who I can say is the best left back I've seen play for Everton, next to Leighton Baines, and that's got to be the Luis Digne, because he's basically not saying current Leighton Baines, because again he wasn't like the second version Leighton Baines gone, because there was no one else Leighton Baines ever, because won't be. But again, I think Luis Digne, he came close to being like Leighton Baines, but but he very similar, but he came. He was not Leighton Baines gone, but he came close to being Leighton Baines. Like what? Not close to Leighton Baines. He came closer, like saying, "Oh yeah, Luis Baines." That's like obviously. You think the one manager I've never ever given for doing that was Rapini, as he sold Luis Digne to Aston Villa. You think even to it's not again. If not fair day gone, but even this very day, I've never ever given Rapini as for doing that. I'm sorry, but I've never given it. I've never ever forgiven him for doing it ever. He did that. He basically just so yeah, real player. And then obviously centre backs are bonus. That's around a bit. Then I think obviously centre backs obviously are yeah, you think a centre backs obviously you think centre backs are Jagikea. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go Jagikea because again, Jagikea against time. You think when okay, listen, I'm going to go Jagikea because I thought Jagikea. Okay, we played for him, he actually was a really good. I think I'm going to check it because again, I know he was in like I can't remember. I think he was in the first one. I think he was in the first one, or he wasn't. I can't remember. I know he's a sub. I know he was a sub. Yeah, because he was a sub. Yeah, no. I might change actually. No, I might change actually. Yeah. No, it was yeah. I forgot memories. It was William Dead. So as soon as I forget things, obviously, so I've got this. I'm going to because again, I actually remember Phil Jagger when we played for Everton. He actually was a decent good centre back for us at this time, and so yeah, well, I remember of it anyway. It's what I remember of it anyway. So, but yeah, so far, then obviously, all defenders, but yeah, it's like a ball. check some because I've memory's just good off. Left back. Okay. Where's that? I've got man. Yeah, then obviously you've got subs in. Right. Don't know. Let's go with. What is this? Right. Instead I've got I know one but I can't go on. Okay. Some Sassons we can't have him. I'm trying to think of that, put that. It's the hell now. I say. I said, you know what? I'm gonna put this down there. Yeah. It's not the whole. So me thinking maps for some reason. Yeah. Then I'll see at left back. I'll sit right back. I'll sit right back. I'll sit right back. I'll sit right back. I'm gonna go Naismith. I'll sit right back. I'm gonna go Naismith. I'll sit right back. I'm gonna go Naismith. You know what? Again, I really do feel sorry for Naismith. You know, I think Naismith, in my opinion, you know what? I do really feel sorry for. You know, I know he's had bad luck with injuries and all, but you know what? I think Sam Everton has been amazing. It's been like rebuff him as well. I also think, you know what, right, managers, the two of these managers have been amazing. So you know what, I'm gonna go with Patterson. You know, because that's was it, right? Yeah, I think when Patterson started, I think when he has done well, and I thought, wow, he has done. I think yeah, I was flying in, but obviously yeah. So I think. Well, I was not. I'm not. But I think it was during like last season, again in December when we had players out injured as well, and Patterson came in and he actually was like, wow, he's really good. And I think Moyes kept playing him for some like odd mad reason. Moyes stopped playing him. I just didn't get why he stopped playing him. And also, yeah, then obviously yeah. So I did mention the rest of the defenders obviously. So I think obviously all defenders obviously are. I think also John Heitinga obviously. John Heitinga, Neil Patterson, just Sidbe. I think that's Sidbe obviously. We signed him on, obviously Ashley Williams, Ashley Young. Yeah, the main of there. Just put a few players who weren't in there, put them in there. Okay. 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 Obviously moving to midfield now. Midfield's obviously here. Okay. Because midfielders are Charlie Alcaraz again, a player who I actually like. Unfortunately, think will like. I like actually in 40. I think right. I feel like that's the I think will get sold season. It's I think get sold again. I don't think there's been. Listen, I don't think there's been any. I don't think there's been any like. I don't think there's been anything seamlessly. But again, I just feel I might as well get rid of him. I don't know. I just think he'll do that. Then obviously, yeah, obviously Ross Barkley again. You know what, Ross Barkley, what a brilliant footballer. Again, you know what? Again, I think what a brilliant football Barkley when we had him at Everton. He was so good. So like, you know what? When you're on the ball, he was going forward a while. He could again as well as that right. I think he's a player that for some reason I don't know why, but he just got a lot of. I don't think grief, but he did get some. Probably some. He did get a lot of things in it from his fans, and you know, as well as that right. I actually don't I actually like don't have any. I've not got. I don't have any. I don't have any. Like again, if you know what? I actually don't hate him. I don't like a lot of fans hate him, but I'm on these. I don't hate him because when he left Everton, it wasn't his. So I think when he left Everton, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't again. Listen, right. Okay. Listen, I don't hate Russ. Listen, right, I don't hate Russ Barkley. I don't hate Russ Barkley because again, I don't hate Russ Barkley because one, I think what happened back was it wasn't us, our fans' fault. It wasn't his fault. I think what happened was Koeman basically basically. Okay, so what happened was I think the man at the time, Ron Koeman was mad at the time. So basically, I think okay, I was not done. I think offset at the time, Koeman's the manager, and Koeman basically bully players bully players. He actually bullied players, and I think that was him leaving. And it was like it's kind of like you look back now. That's how he went on that because it was like he actually was a good football. He actually was a decent footballer. And Koeman, again, I put okay. Listen, me personally, I actually believe that again. I think and believe that I thought. I mean, maybe you know. I just think I feel like that Koeman pushed that. Patterson basically, as well that right, you know, that Koeman pushed that he pushed out Barkley out of the club, which I think was wrong, but I know. Sorry, Sunky's FaceTime. You shouldn't FaceTime me. Go. I don't know. That's a phone. You can't. But if I was Barkley, of Gareth Barrett again. You know what? Again, I think listen, I think if someone signed that was really good. I think Gareth Barrett was signed. He was a really good. Like, you know what? Despite him being a player, who Man City team, but we signed him, and he was a real player for us. Real player for us, obviously. Then obviously Tim Cahill, the Carsley, and Andre. I mean, I think. I think obviously a player that doesn't play for us anymore. I think obviously a player that used to play for us. I think no, it's not. It's not play for us. No, I think obviously a player that actually used to play for us. But we saw him as well. Obviously Andre Gomes, who now I believe plays in the Saudi Pro League. I believe Andre Gomes now plays in the Saudi Pro League. I believe. I'm not sure. I think he plays in the Saudi Pro League. I think he plays in there. So yeah. I think it's that league or different one. I can't remember. I think it's one league. Also Andre Gomes, Alex Iwobi, James McCarthy, Andre Onana, Onana, Leon Osman, Melon Rohl. Obviously. So I think obviously different. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go. So I think obviously so defense midfield. I'm gonna go with. I think you know what. So defensive midfield. I think defensive midfield is a bit of a competition. I think defensive midfield is really competitive because again you've got players like Onana and Barry because both of them play there. I think not both play there. I think like Gareth. I think like so basically like so like I think obviously you can look at it and you know what like you could play Onana but again he's not one to do it. So you want to play as a middle and he does defence work as well. It goes for as well. You play Onana, but I think you know what? I'd rather play Onana on the other side because I think so. Basically middle. So basically it's a 4-2. So basically it's a 4-3-3. So basically you got a 4 at the back, 3 in midfield, 3 in like up front because I think you know what right you could play Onana or Gareth Barry because I'm thinking you know what I think Gareth Barry was a really good defensive midfielder. He was quite good for that role. As well as that, right? I think not again. Kev. Yeah. If listen, I'm trying to remember if Gareth Barry, if he's in. I think I know he's in the last one. I know he didn't. I know he's in the last one. You know what, right? I think he's just sucked up. But if I think I was just saying, yeah. So that's not time. So I was saying for you know what. It's pretty tough because I think no, I want to play Onana because I think he was one. I think he was a really good player for us. You know what? I'm gonna. Oh, listen. As well as that, he got Gareth Barry, got Lee. I think he got players like so Gareth Barry, Lee Carsley. I think as well as that, right? He also got players like so Gareth Barry, Andre Onana. Obviously Onana. Obviously you got Lee Cars as well. I think you know what, right? I think you know what, we could probably have two now because I'm thinking I'd rather have one defensive, one central. Yeah, no, just around there. If else is, I think you know what, right? I might. This is very hard because there's a lot of players to play, so you got a lot of players here. So you could have Barry there, you could have like what's matter, you could have Barry in there, but you could also have. I want to know because I'm thinking, you know what, right? I want to play who does defensive, but I also want to play who's defensive, but who does centre midfield as well. But I think you know what, I might just go on in that role because he's used to that, and yeah, then I'm really I think Okay. So obviously defensive midfield. I'm gonna go to Gabriel. You know what? Again, I think also like, I think also, I think also, I think, I think also, I think, yeah, I think also there's all players like again. I think like, yeah. Obviously, I think there's also, I think obviously there's other not great players. I think there's obviously other great players like not great players. I think not great players. I think there's other good players like Lee Carsley. Obviously, like Lee Carsley, I think so players like Lee Carsley on our player, but I'm thinking, you know what? I'd rather have like someone like I'd rather have a Barry because Gareth Barry is. I think when he managed not my seven gun, but I think when he played for Everton, he actually was a really good player for us. He did a really good job. So yeah, I'm going to go Gareth Barry for that. Then obviously on the other side, I'm gonna go with Onana because you know what? I think Onana again. You know, I think Onana. You think it's not Onana going, but I think Onana is. He was really good going forward. Was that right? I also think Lee a shout there as well because what was Lee Carsley? Yeah, so I did about Lee Carsley was defensive midfield, right? So good. Anyway, yeah, you know what? I think, yeah. Yeah, I'll go Cardiff. Instead off because like there's loads of players on it, but in there I can't put one. Instead of see, I think, yeah, you know, I think like, listen, okay, listen, okay, listen, okay, listen, do you know what? Listen, not no gun, not no gun, but listen, do you want to know something mad, right? This players, because I want to play, because again, I think because I think one of them could play defense, but I was like, you know what? I want to put, because I think Carsley would be really good there, because he's defensive field. And Gareth Barry, Gareth Barry was so, but both of them fields. You know what? I'm telling you know what, right? I think because you know what, I might just, yeah, no, I'll stick 1-6. Because me, I'm thinking who's the player there because you got Gareth Barry's defensive field and then you got Onana, who I think. Let's check. Patterson. I don't want to do this. It's just really weird. I'm trying to figure out who could play there. So, as well as that, I think Onana is also playing good. Yeah. You know, I'll sit with Onana there. Then I'm sitting in the middle. Then I'm sitting in the middle. Then I'm sitting. Okay. Then in the middle, you know, I think in the middle it's really, really tough because you got play. I think also you got. I think also obviously your players here who can replay them. I think there's players like Lee Carsley, Andre Gomes, Iwobi, they're what's the one? Then I think players Lee and Osman and Mirallas. You know what? I just think like this is gonna be a I just think it's gonna be really interesting. Like start Lennon because he's just looking going. I think there's players in there who can play in the attack as well as that, right? I just think Ross Barkley is down for me as well as that, right? You've also got players like Lookman again, who I remember as a brilliant player for Everton, who was actually because what I actually remember when we signed Honable, he actually I think it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not signed. Okay, it's not signed. Gonna be. It's not signed. Gonna be. You know what I mean? I actually remember when we signed Lookman, he was. I think at the time he's going to get first team as well. I think when he got first team, I was like, wow. I think he came on. I can't remember came on against now. He came on against the team. I can't remember what was on. He basically thought he came on. I was like, wow, he's really good, right? But so I suppose I also think. No, I was thinking, I also think. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, man. Because what is it? I think with Lookman, he actually was quite good as well, is that right? But I just felt like I think the big team got the club was wrong as well, is that right? So basically, if he doesn't know do that, so that's an instant. At the time, he basically stumped that training, and it was just like a big thing, and it was like, wow, like it happened, it was like, whoa. And this guy, he walked out basically. He basically walked out. So basically what happened was, I think he played obviously, but I think season 4, I think it's like next season 5, we ended up signing him to I think he went, I can't remember. I know he went somewhere. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know why Goal's not in there for reasons. I'm not going to say why, but maybe personal reasons he's not in there for. Anyway, because I don't like him. I never ever forget that. Anyway, the bitter. I'm not bitter, but it's just Anyway, that's that for. So yeah. What do you? I was doing probably out yet. Yeah. The thing on. So then obviously second midfield. You know what? Okay. Okay. It's alright. So what obviously okay. Obviously in centre midfield. Obviously in centre midfield. I'm gonna go with Barkley. You know what? Players put in there, but I just think he was an amazing. Again, I think when we signed him, he was just at the time when we bought him through. We kind of before we sold him, he was like, wow, he's amazing. He's just like a player. He's just like a player I remember seeing play for Everton, and I thought, wow, he's really good. And just like him. I think again. Okay, obviously getting to these forwards and strikers and the wingers as well. You have anything else? Okay. If I was getting to strikers and wingers now, so I think obviously strikers are Simon Leto again. If he played for Everton for a short time, but again, if he was a player that actually played for Everton for a short. I think he was actually a player that played for Everton for unfortunately short time. Again, he's actually a player I remember seeing play for Everton, but unfortunately he actually ended up leaving because again, I think when Martinez was at the end of time Martinez. He basically left. He basically was sold by them. He sold really, and then it's he's really frustrating. I thought you think it was really you think really sad because I thought he actually was a good player for us, and he was quality as well. Again, he wasn't quality. He wasn't like how it wasn't how good he was, but again, he was still a player that could still do it. He still do a really good job. So we get involved. That off. Then obviously and Johnson, obviously, who I remember. I actually remember seeing him play. I actually remember and Johnson playing for Everton at the time. He was really good. Obviously, I'm Lennon, Jasper. I've actually got an Everton top right. Listen. Okay, so listen. Do you remember? Okay, so listen. Okay, listen. Do you remember the black? So listen. Do you remember the grey Okay, so listen. Okay, so listen. Do you remember? Okay, so listen. Do you remember the dark grey? Yeah, dark grey. That's it. Dark grey. So listen. So do you remember the dark grey Everton top, the tower, and the that the things? I think it was like the way one of the not fair. I think it was like I think that was like the away win that season. I think it was like the third cut of the away. I can't remember now. Basically, I've actually got that. Like you think like so I think, like, do you remember the dark grey and the not dark, listen, do you remember the dark grey Everton, I think third away one? I had the tower and I had the store badge or whatever. I had the name of that shit, whatever. Basically, the name back of that of the sort. I've actually still got it. It's in like a tub in my room, by the way. I've got loads of shit around, we moved around because I've got some here, whatever. Basically, so what it is, like, I've actually got, and I ends up right with Lindstrom back of it, honestly, because I think at the time, you know what, on again, I could really, I think at the time I loved that. I actually loved that black. Of course, it's that word. I think not black gunner, but obviously not black gunner. I think if it was not, I think not black. If it was not black top gunner. If it was not the Of course, they're not word on it. So not black. Okay, so I didn't mean to say black. I meant to say the grey one, but it's like the dark grey one. I've actually still got, and I love some amazing stuff, but amazing. I think Lindstrom as well. I think when we had Lindstrom, he was a player that they obviously. So basically, I've actually got that ends up with his name back away. I'm actually put it up on it just so I got. It's an icon because it's one I love wearing. It's so nice. It's one of the ones I keep. It's like basically I've got. Anyway, I'm on now, but yeah, again, you think when we signed Lindstrom on loan from Napoli as well, I think we signed him. I think maybe we had Sean Dyche manager. I mean, I thought this is okay. It's actually right. I'm saying we had Sean Dyche manager at the time. So basically, what is that? We actually had Sean Dyche manager at the time. Again, saying those words, Sean Dyche manager, is scary, isn't it? Basically, it's basically we actually had him manager at the time, and again, I know he kept up and all, but as well as that, right? So we had him at the time, and then I just felt like Dyche just didn't want to. Dyche didn't want to choose his name, and so as well as that, I can't really feel sorry for, but I was like, wow. No, honestly, I felt sorry for him. I thought, wow, he's that mistreated that bad, and it was like I felt like, oh my god, he's just like he's trying to, But again, I also think, I also think, you know what, he could put Becky's forward and say that I want to play because the X, Y, Z, whatever. But as well as that, I also thought, you know, if he'd been given a chance to play, I think he would have been inside. But again, obviously, got him, obviously, then obviously Aidan McGeady. Again, I think obviously a player we signed, but obviously one of the players we signed, which we really shouldn't have bought him because again, I thought it didn't really work out well for obviously for him and for us, really, because again, obviously I think we end up selling him, and I think we end up selling him. I think he played for Celtic at some point. Yeah, he went to play for Celtic for a bit. And I think now he's retired. Yeah, I think he's. I don't know. I think then obviously Aidan McGeady, obviously again, obviously my favourite player of all time. I didn't say him well, but obviously Cameras again, my favourite player of all time. Then obviously Stephen Naismith, again, a player that I actually remember saying, you know what, he actually was a really, listen, he wasn't amazing, a great player, you know what, he was a decent good striker. Again, he scored, I think obviously, scored a few goals, obviously scored a goal against Chelsea, scored a goal against a few other teams as well. So as well as I think more recently, he was previously the manager of, he recently actually retired and he actually went on to manage, I was going to the team now. He actually more recently managed Hearts. Unfortunately, they sacked him because I think they went through some, because they suffered in the league and they couldn't work doing great. But yeah, it's very sad reports. Yeah, that was Okay, then obviously Henry on recruit. Now obviously Henry. I think this is okay. For those that know, obviously Henry on recruit actually a player we signed, but because of, well, I'm not going to say why it is. Listen, I'm not going to say reasons why, but again, basically due to obviously a visa. It's not okay. Not visa gone above. Yeah, I think obviously we could now the reason why we couldn't be there's reason. It's not reason. Okay, not reason gone, but I think the reason why. I think there's a reason why we never actually seen him play for us properly. We've got this because again, I was saying. So basically what happened was Now, I think at the time, I think the player itself needed a visa to play in England as well. And basically at the time, it wasn't. So I think what was it at the time wasn't amazing because again, it was that thing where we had to basically basically yes, Kevy's to come Britain at times where I was like I thought I think it was what okay, it was like if so yeah, it was also obviously we actually he did sign him, but his contract was obviously, but he couldn't play him because he needed a visa as you were. I was like right, he also had to. I think so basically I think what happened was we loaned. So I think what happened was we actually loaned him out to not one not gone, but I think we actually loaned him out. I think we loaned out for a few he went on loan to a few clubs really, but eventually we had to sell him because it's kind of like restart because we never got to see him play. So imagine seeing him play for Everton. That would have been like, oh my god. But no, well to be. Okay, then Sandro Ramirez. Again, I think okay. Then obviously Sandro. Okay, then obviously Sandro Ramirez again. Obviously a player in my opinion. Again, I think obviously a player that we signed when so. Okay. So it's like first song we got so yes, so it's like no. Okay. So not first. So not first time. Not first time. Some gun, but I think like it was actually the first summer we got a loan. It's basically the first summer we got to take up indoor. So I think like it was the first summer we had a lot of money basically. We bought we basically signed like players like obviously a player that we mentioned. Obviously, basically we've signed a few players. Obviously, we've signed Mercy was one of them as well. Like, I can't like remember him being one of the many signs we made when we had the money before we've. You think, Kev? You think obviously before we actually went and signed a lot of other players we didn't really need. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but yeah. The time, yeah. Okay. Then I'm. Okay. Then obviously Phil Walcott again. I think obviously. Then obviously Phil Walcott. I thought. Then obviously Phil Walcott. And I think with Phil Walcott was, you know what? That's so okay. So what? Okay. So what was is we went and signed Phil Walcott when Alex was our manager. I think I said Alex and our manager. Basically, the fact of when we had Alex as manager, we signed. I think we signed him. I think we signed him. I think we signed him. I think we signed. We didn't spend a lot of money game, but I know we got him from Arsenal, so we signed him from Arsenal for. I think it was a lot of money or less than that. I can't remember now. But we basically signed him, and it was like I actually thought I actually thought he actually was a decent good player for. Yeah. It was like yeah, no, I think. Again, I actually thought he actually was a decent player for us at the time, and then, yeah, I actually thought at the time he actually was a decent player for us. But again, I think what happened was age got to him and just kind of he stopped doing what he did well, and then I think yeah, again, I think it, not so not gonna, but I think we ended up selling him, and then I think he more recently was at Southampton, like I think in 2025 he was at Southampton obviously, and then I think it was like 2024, 25. I can't remember now. I think it was like 2024 or 25 he was at like Southampton. Yeah, I believe I don't know, sure, I don't know, but I think he ended his career at Southampton, and then he retired. I think so. Yeah, but yeah, man. Anyway, just strikes now. Oh, sorry, yeah, I meant to play. Obviously. Oh, yeah, he said name for as a general. Still out because like loads of players. I don't know. So obviously on the what's this? Let's check this for putting it in as well. Should we do it? He's one Kevin, so he was left over. I'm going to obviously, but I'll see you. Where we go? Yeah, see ya. Yeah, no, yeah, so yeah, obviously on the right, I'm gonna go. Obviously on the right, I'm gonna go with Lindstrom again. You know what? Again, I'll explain why, but Being what I said before. Then I think that on the other side, I'm going to go with. I think on then I think I've seen it. Okay, then, okay, then obviously on the other side, I'm going to go with player that we never really see play for us because obviously due to visa, as I said before. Obviously, yeah, go on. Okay, okay, then I'll see it. Okay, then on the other side, I'm going to go with Phil. That not isn't. It's not the other side gone. Not like gone. I think that I've seen it on the other side. But as that, then okay. So obviously on the right, yeah. If obviously on the right, I'm going to go Walcott. Then on the other side, on the left, I'm going to go with Lindstrom again. You know what? Again, that probably might work, might not work. You don't know. Then I think then up front, I'm going to go with. I think this one's really tough because again, Stephen Naismith was a brilliant player, but you know what? If it, okay, I was there, then also, okay, then also front. You know what? I want to play Science because I think he's again brilliant player's time. You know what? Up front Real because he got players like Johnson who was a good goal again. Sam who was good as well. He's good goals, but he was Vingre also. You know what? I'm gonna go with it's hard because they can score goals as well. So you know what? I'm gonna go with Andy Johnson. You know what? He did. Yeah, I think Andy Johnson was a good player. But you know what? You know what's really difficult for this one for us. The strikers weren't amazing. I think like a lot of strikers in this team weren't great, amazing. But again, like I said, you know what? They can score goals over, and I'm thinking not only the car got no, but I'm trying to think who. Don't know really. It's pretty tough because I want to play him. I really do. You know what? I'm gonna go over and. Okay. I was it then. Okay. Okay. Then I'll start front. I'm gonna go with Andy Johnson. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go with Andy Johnson pure because again, you can play it front, just score goals. It's time. So I remember playing Everton as well quite fondly. So yeah. Anyway, I think before we get into the team, before we mention teams we're going for substitutions anyway. Go for subs now. We'll go for substitutions. Since substitutions are Howard, Kenny, Vinagre. Yeah, Vinagre. Heitinga, McCarthy, McGeady, Naismith, Gomes, and obviously Carsley again. They're subs obviously. So again, I think because you know what, I just feel like that bench is like a really good solid bench. Like if it was there now, you would use Hop. Like, you use Hop. No, I think most would use. I think most would use like 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And that'd be about it. But again, but obviously, okay. But obviously, you imagine that bench does seem and look like wow, that's a big squad there. And you got players huge, reliable like McCarthy and then McGeady and then something obviously mentioned team now. I think I've seen goal Begovic. Back foot of Digne, Jagikea, Diatin, Patterson. Midfield obviously Barry, Onana, Barkley. Then obviously my three up front are Lindstrom, Walcott, and Johnson. Yeah, hang on. Okay. Let me force comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Well, I think on what team would you? What team would you? What team would you go? Would you play McCarthy instead of Onana, or would you play Naismith instead of Johnson, or would you play Carsley instead of Onana or Barry? Or would you play Heitinga instead of Diatin, or would you play any of the subs? Would you play not play would you play any of the subs? Bench instead of the ones doing the start 11 and for that obviously. What team would you go? Would you go with that? Would you go something different than I have, or a different system, or anything for that obviously? Obviously, yeah. First gone a bit now. Obviously, yeah. Sorry, I forgot that. Mad. Obviously, yeah. There's also okay. There's also okay. Listen. Okay. Let's also get. You know what I do? You know what? Like, serious sounds God, right? I do apologize if I've said anything that was horrible, offensive, or even racist. You know. Again, listen. I do. You know what? I do apologize you know what, like seriously, someone's got it right. I do apologize if I've said anything that is horrible, offensive, or even really bad offensive, right? I do apologize for that. I don't mean to say it, because again, I was trying to explain like the colour of the Everton top was, I mean, you think of the colour of the Everton top, you think of the colour of the Everton top, I was trying to explain that. So I try not to say, listen, I'm trying to say something where, there's not, okay, so also it's gonna be on me. I try not to, I tried to say it, listen, I tried to say, listen, I tried to say it, no, so I don't, okay, so I'm trying to, so I'm trying to say it, I tried to say it like best, I tried to say it, so it doesn't, listen, I tried to say like, I tried to say was, about the Everton top with black, right? I tried to say like words like that, so it doesn't come across as horrible or offensive or even racist. I don't want it, because again, because again, you know what? I'm not someone who is like that. I'm not racist. I'm not a person that wants to offend people. So I do really seriously apologize if I said anything offensive. So again, you know what? I do really like seriously apologize if I said anything that was wrong, offensive, or even racist. I do apologize for it. I don't mean to. I just try. I'm trying best way. I'm trying best way. Not. It's not best way. But I'm trying to. It's not best way. Okay. So not best way saying it. I'm trying to say it so it doesn't come across as offensive and stuff like that. So I do apologize for it. Okay. So I do apologize for it. Really, I'm sorry. Really, no one's got a really. I'm okay, because anyway. So for obviously, yeah. Yeah. Also, okay. So also forget as well. I also want to give. I also want to give an. If yeah. Also forget as well. I also want to give a massive shout out to A Reporter 539. Seriously, thank you so much for subscribe, watching the channel. Also forget as well. I want to give a massive shout out to A Reporter 539. Pardon us that. For obviously leaving a comment, like Saves on Scott. Thank you so much for. Obviously, I think obviously thank you so much for everybody who has left comments and subscribed. I really, no serious God, I really appreciate it. I really, no serious God, I really appreciate it. Thanks. I really serious God, right? Really appreciate it. Thanks. I really serious God, right? Honest God, do really appreciate it. Thanks so much as well. Excuse me, but obviously, yeah. You know what? I would also really appreciate it if you would. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter.com, share any of your other socials as well. We should do that as well. And also is that right? Also, also don't forget to give a like, leave comments. I say for anybody just leave a comment in the comment section below, get an shout out. Anybody does leave a comment in the comment section below, get an shout out as well. By the way, obviously, and yeah.